Hello, welcome to another installation of Conversations with Cathy. Today's guest, Susan Parkins, and we will be discussing the upcoming nominations process and soon to be election of ABOS officers. Welcome to the program, Susan.
Hi, Cathy. Thanks for having me on here.
Hey, thanks for helping me with this discussion. It's always good to have some assistance from a fellow past president when we do this. So as everyone knows, each year following conference, ABOS holds an election to fill the vacated seats on the board of directors. In 2022, we will have 3 member-at-large positions open for each for a 2-year term. We'll have a 1-year secretary position and the all-important 3-year commitment of vice president, president-elect, and past president. So I thought we'd start the discussion, Susan, with talking about why is it important for members to step up to this next level in their commitment to ABOS?
Well, I think this year, especially the last couple of years, ABOS has just grown monumentally in with their membership, the things that we have to offer. All of this takes a lot of hard work. And I think it's important to not only receive from an organization like ours, all of the benefits that it has to offer, but it's time to give back and being more involved. And one of the ways they could do that, of course, is to join a committee, but even more importantly, to take ownership of it and to run for a board position or even one of the officer positions. But you get your foot in the door and start with the board position. But it's really important to give back.
Oh, you are absolutely right. And it's, I think I've found is probably as well as you did that once you take that first step, it's so rewarding to be involved in the decision-making processes and getting involved as a chair of a committee. It's just really, it's rewarding, and it just becomes just a part of life, I think.
Yes.
Definitely. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have these positions open. Let's talk about the responsibilities. So let's talk first about what kind of responsibilities that the member-at-large position has.
Well, of course, with all of them, and we have stressed that before, that they're all working positions. You just don't have a place on the board and have that title of board member at large. You're very much involved behind the scenes. And by being a board member at large, you usually chair or at least co-chair one of our committees. That doesn't mean you have to do all the work, but you definitely have to head it up and make sure you get your committee group together, have monthly meetings, make sure progress is being made. So it's not, I mean, there's definitely a time commitment. It sounds like you're going to be doing a lot of ABOS stuff, but it really isn't if you're a good time manager. I think we had down about 3. Now I'm trying to remember what we had down for the
Usually 3 to 5 hours a week.
a week.
Yeah, depending on if it's the week of a board meeting or a committee meeting. So some weeks maybe it'll be a little bit more. Some weeks it may be a little bit less, depending on the committee. I would think, and the time of year, as you get closer to conference, some committees are going to be busier. Some committees are just even flow all year long. So yeah, I think an average of 3 to 5 hours.
Yeah, and there are some committees that don't necessarily have a monthly meeting, so you're not expected to always, maybe it's bi-month or every other month or something, but it's definitely a working position. But we don't want any of this to sound like it's too overwhelming, but we do definitely want to stress that you will be active and you will be called upon to pull your weight but if everybody does, it really just works wonderfully.
Yeah, it's a good team kind of feeling. If everybody's doing, their part, it's a team effort and things get done by the team. Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. So then we have a one-year secretary position. And do you want to talk a little bit about that position?
Yeah, I think this position will also be responsible for chairing a committee or co-chairing, but they also have the added responsibility of keeping notes at the board meetings and the executive board meetings. But that's not too overwhelming. I don't think. It depends. Some people don't like to do that, but all of the meetings are recorded, so you can go back and look at transcripts, which makes it a little easier. So there is more responsibility when you move up into that executive board position, because you have the monthly board meeting that you keep records of, and the executive board meeting. You're responsible for making sure those minutes are posted and accurate so they can be voted upon. But the rest of the responsibilities follow along with like the board member at large as far as chairing a committee.
And then as we both
Am I
know,
missing something?
no, I
Did
don't
I
think
leave
so.
something?
It's nice to know as secretary, you don't have to write it all down as it's happening because board meetings are recorded. And then you can go back and listen to the recording as many times as you need to get your notes in order. The chairs of committees will send you their reports. That's always nice. So at each board meeting, you'll get that already written out. So when they do their board report live, you already have it written and handed into you. So that's good too, definitely. So then we have that 3-year commitment as vice president, president-elect, and past president. And I think the time commitment really jumps up a little bit here.
Yeah.
And as you and I both know, it's a fun ride as vice president, president, and past president. But you take on a little bit more responsibility because we are out there a little bit more. There's ALA meetings, there's other types of meetings with other organizations. And so I think that step up really probably adds what, maybe 5 to 10 hours a week, you think?
Yeah, I think so. And like we mentioned before with other ones, even that will vary depending on what's happening. And you can plan on it being a lot busier as you get closer to conference. That's why it's really important that you have the approval from your library administration and let them know. And we have job descriptions available with those hours that we're talking about. And let them know that like during conference time, you'll be expected to put some more time into it. But the benefit though of your library kind of investing you to represent, you're representing your library to this national organization. So it benefits both. But definitely the time commitment goes up. But I also want to point out too that you're not alone. When you start off as vice president, it's definitely a learning experience. And there's a mentorship that goes on that I just really appreciate the way this has kind of moved ahead. And you are mentored by the current president. They make sure that when you step up into that role, that you are not stepping up blindly, that you have a full understanding of how things work. And we have some great past presidents, and I'm not trying to belittle that, but we do have some people who have served as presidents in the past that are there to help you, to help mentor you, and serve along with you. So you're never alone in any of these positions.
No, I think that's the nice thing about it. You're not alone in doing this. I know in the Google Drive that the board uses, there are all kinds of notes from past presidents about, okay, it's January, you should be looking at this, you should be doing it that, and now it's July, and this is what goes on in July, and so it's nice just to have those notes out there and to know that you can call on any of the past presidents that are out there and still active. And even the ones that have retired, they are still willing to say, hey, I remember being there, and this is how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really nice. And that's not something that you find in a lot of organizations. It's a true testament to outreach, I think, that we're there to help each other.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Definitely.
And I mean, there's definitely rules to follow, regulations, bylaws, the way the meetings are run, but don't let any of that intimidate you, because
Oh no.
it's all still a very comfortable setting. And
Yeah. Well, and it's nice, I think, like going back to the members at large, in any given year, we have 3 that are still serving their final year, and then 3 that are coming on starting their next 2-year. So you, even in that situation, you have mentors and people who have done things before, and that's really a good way to do it.
really
Definitely.
important.
Mhm. So is there anything else you would like to add about the responsibilities for the positions?
I don't think so. You and I both will admit that having these 2 virtual conferences the past 2 years, we really do miss that hobnobbing that we're able to do
Oh, yeah.
during the conference time, and to be able to really meet people and chat with you. And we just want to encourage, if you have any questions at all, since we can't really approach you or see you, or um, call us and email us, let us know. I mean, I know nominations are open now, and if you're even the least bit interested, go ahead and talk to your library administration, get their approval, find out what is involved, and then you're ready to go. Then you can make that decision and follow through with that nomination. But if you're the least bit interested, get that approval, get that nomination ready, and then call us or email us. And we'd love to go over any questions that you might have.
Oh, yeah. I think that's excellent advice. That, yeah, we are used to being at conference and having people approach us, or us approaching people.
Yeah.
And so not being able to do that this year or last year, we definitely just drop us an email. Being on the board, you get a lot of email, and that's because we're spread out all over the country, so we are used to looking at email and responding quickly, and would absolutely love to hear from anybody who has any questions or wants to learn a little bit more about what's going on, because sometimes you come up with a question that we don't think of.
Yeah, that we haven't covered. And really, you can ask anybody on the board. But Cathy and I we're kind of, you and I are, we're here in the wings, just waiting for any questions that you might have. So
Definitely.
feel free to contact anybody. But Cathy and I are here to answer anything. You and I are here to answer anything that might come up. So
yeah, well, one of the duties, for those who don't realize it, of the past president is to be chair of the nominations, because you're the only person that isn't eligible or already in the nomination process. So that's why both Susan and I, as past presidents, are available. So please do get a hold of us. One of the other things that I wanted to say was that nominations are open. They open today. Everyone who is a current member should have gotten an email about it with all the links to job descriptions, to the Google form. And we also sent out information on the Whova app. Please know that you must be a current active member of ABOS to be eligible to be nominated. We'd like to highly advise that all candidates have the full support of their library due to the time commitment. And if you're nominating somebody else, please discuss it with them first so that they can get the approval of their library. Nominations will close on November 5th, and elections will then take place from the 15th of November through the 3rd of December. Everyone who is a member will receive a SurveyMonkey form, which will be sent out. And then voting is a benefit of your membership. So please vote. If you're not currently a member but wish to run for an office, you must have your dues paid by the 1st of November, which is next Monday. When voting closes, ballots will be counted and then the candidates will be notified. New board members will be invited to attend their very first board meeting on the 18th of December. So anything else you'd like to add, Susan?
Not that I can think of, but I really would just like to encourage anybody who might be sitting on the fence just to move ahead. Just do it. Just
do it.
Yeah. It'll be
Definitely.
great. And
All
we
right.
appreciate it. Yeah, we
Oh
would
yeah, we do
appreciate it.
appreciate it. Yes, yes. All right. So thank you for being here, Susan. I appreciate it. I hope
Thank you,
that
Cathy.
everybody who was listening will take this next step in leading ABOS into the future. Once again, if you have any questions, you can reach out to either Susan or I. Nominations at abos-outreach.com is the nominations official email, but you can reach out to Susan or I anytime. So once again, thanks, Susan. It was good to talk with you. And we hope to see everybody on the ballot.
Yes. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.